Hello, I hope you are doing an amazing job today. Having an incredible day. Anyways, listen, I am here. What is that? That is a leaf. Got to take the leaves off. We pay these guys to come out here and do this, but you know, they're good. My guy, Mason, is awesome. I'm gonna send him this video and he'll laugh because he'll be like, I did my job, that fell after. Mason, I know you. Anyways, so I have to be somewhere in about 20 minutes. But I wanted to come to you real quick and make a video. Some of y'all have been wondering like why I keep making these videos in the swimming pool, things like this. What the purpose is, if it's like some ruse or some kind of a like marketing thing. They're like, I don't have a swimming pool, so I can't be successful in online marketing like Jeremiah. And so, like, here's the thing, okay? I go in my swimming pool when my wife and son are taken care of, and we have my sister-in-law here that helps us out at the house. And it's where I get to relax and chill. And I get to show up in the best, most confident version of myself when I'm here. Let me go to the other side here because I know this is a little loud over here, this fountain. We need to get it scrubbed down too. We got like a whole list of stuff that the pool company is like, hey, we need to do and help you with. All right. Anyway, some of y'all are like, what's the point of this video? Everything. So let me prop it up here. So for me, to be able to show up as like the best, most powerful version of myself in business and when I make videos and marketing videos and things like that, I have to, what do you call it? I have to be in a very good headspace. It's not that I'm in a bad headspace all the time. It's just that I'm focused on being a dad, the logistics of building and growing a business. And when it comes to, let me move this just a little bit there. There we go. When it comes to making content on social media, if you can show up, especially if you're trying to grow a business, if you can show up as the most confident version of yourself, where you show up fully believing in what you were called to do, nobody can question it. You have a little bit of a not take guff from anybody type attitude. And so for me, what I find is that when I'm in my pool here, when I'm in my swimming pool, and I have, a drink that I like right here. I used to DJ. I used to go to like pool parties and stuff all the time. And it was one of my happiest places where I got to like really show up confidently. And so for me, I find that like when I'm in the swimming pool myself and I am, maybe I got like a drink that I'm drinking or something like that, that's how I process information better. And I show up not at all being concerned with what anybody thinks about me at all. And so like this video, again, I get it. Maybe you're watching this right now. You're like, what's the point? Get to the point. The video is the point. This video right here is a lesson by itself. And that's what I want you to pay attention to, is I want you to pay attention to the fact that this video exists is the lesson. I'm going to swim over here real quick. Had to dunk the camera just a little bit. Can you still hear me? If we pull the water out, you should be able to hear it just fine. Okay, so let me go to the deep end here. Let me swim a little bit. For me, I show up and I'm able to be very confident, especially when I'm about to go do something really hard, really scary, something that I've not done in a while. That's something that I have to do in the next 15 minutes. I have to go do. It's kind of scary. It's something that I've not done in a while. It's kind of stressful. And so I'm here in my swimming pool, but I also need to make content to promote my business, to promote the event that I'm hosting tomorrow. I'm hosting a live event on Zoom. Let me go to the edge here. I'm hosting a live event on Zoom tomorrow where I'm going to teach you how to create your own digital course, how we do it, what my method is for this, what the best practices are that I believe that you need to do. This is not standing up on its own right here very well. There we go. But for me to make the best content, I have to be in the right headspace. And when you're raising kids, I have one kid, so I don't even know, I can't imagine when you got multiple. When you're raising kids, it's hard to find the best space in your life to be able to create content and to feel confident and to show up as the best version of yourself for the best lessons. Now, here's the cool part about it. This video, I get it. 7 minutes long, 8 minutes. I still haven't given you very much good content yet. Grrr, right? Like, I'm sure I get people all the time. They're angry that my videos have no focus. And anyways. You can clip it. Like this one, I can clip it. I have a video editor who's amazing, who works for me, who watches videos like this and clips them. And so like I'm gonna tell her, like, start at 8 minutes and go find something, because that's where I'm actually gonna probably have the meat and potatoes of this video. I'll probably put in the description, skip to 8 minutes if you want to actually see me get to the point, right? You know, but as far as that goes, I find that if I can create environments, and for me, the swimming pool is that. The swimming pool is one of those environments where I can create an environment where I get to show up as the best version of myself, the most confident version of myself. And that's what helps me create the best content. And I do it throughout my day and things like that. So like I found a pocket of time right now. I have something that I got to go do in 11 minutes that is very stress-inducing, anxiety creating, and instead I am intentionally doing what most would say is a terrible idea, making content on social media in a swimming pool. But for me, it's actually the best thing to do, because what I'm doing is I'm calming my brain, I'm calming my mind, I'm calming my spirit. I'm bringing myself into alignment to show up as the best version of myself right now, and I put myself into an environment where I can do that. My swimming pool is that. It's a heated swimming pool right now. It's heated. It's heated up to 95 degrees, and it's been below 40 all week here in Texas, in Austin. And so all that to say, some of y'all put way too much energy and thought into making the perfect piece of content, when all you got to learn how to do is cultivate an atmosphere inside of yourself and a mental framework of stability, and it doesn't have to be that way all the time, right? It doesn't have to be that way in every moment of your life. But I mean, that's what we strive to, right? We'd like it to be that way. I as a husband, as a leader, as a father, being calm under pressure, that's wisdom. And we live in a world today where it's not just enough to show up calm under pressure. You have to have kindness and compassion and a heart and actually care about people. And so how do we bring all those pieces together? For me, it's here. I made a joke. I was like, this is my Roman Empire. You know, this is like, I treated it like my pool like it's like a Roman bathhouse where I've created and cultivated. I do AI research in here. I do content creation. I create some of my Facebook ads, things like that. Another area that I do this is when I go for walks, I walk around my neighborhood in my car, but obviously when I'm driving, I have an app that I can even record myself when I'm driving audio, and it transcribes it to create blog posts and things like that. And so like I've created in my life scenarios where I can create really good quality content to put out there and to impact my audience and things like that without having to spend hours and hours and hours or even going into rituals to do this. These aren't rituals for me. What it is I put myself into environments where the ritual happens. So like for instance, let me bring you back over here real quick. For instance, when I was talking about like having a drink by the pool and things like that, it's a ritual that just by getting in here gets me into the state of mind of creativity, is what it is. And you can cultivate these rituals in any part of your life. You don't need a swimming pool. You don't need to drink a fizzy drink or something like that. By the way, this is not alcoholic either. This is some paleo Mexican powder with LMNT, electrolytes, and lime juice combined with sparkling water. But it tastes like a margarita. It tells my brain that I'm in the pool party state of mind, is what it is. And when I go into that state of mind, it's the way that I'm able to tap into showing up as the most excited, happy, joyful version of myself to create the best kind of content. And so that's why you've been finding, like, I've been doing this in my swimming pool a lot, but now I have a framework of it that I'm going to start teaching you on my social media about how you can create content. You don't need a swimming pool. You don't need an isolated white room or a prison cell to be able to create the best content. No, you can make it in the chaos of your home. You can make it in the middle of your day, anywhere. You just take 5 minutes, you can tap into it, and you create a way to focus yourself to show up as the best version of yourself. And what you do is you create a trigger. So you create like a positive trigger. So for me, getting into the pool, having that drink, it's one of the positive triggers that snaps me instantly into the most creative version of myself possible to create content, marketing ideas, things like that. And I don't have to have alcohol to do it. I used to drink alcohol to say, oh, this is where my creativity shows up. And now I don't. You know, I play video games sometimes for like 30 minutes and it snaps me into that. I play video games because it puts my brain, and I play different types of games too. Like I'll play a strategy game if I'm trying to strategize things. I'll play like a shooter game if I need to get on a fast-paced sales call or a webinar, things like that. And so it gets my mind state into being able to show up as the best version of myself. And so again, the swimming pool is just it's really a prop at this point for you of the message that I'm trying to get across, is that you can make content happens, and we need to stop focusing so much on the engagement or the numbers and focus, and not even what you're going to say, but focus more on cultivating inside of you an internal, mental, and multi-sensory atmosphere of being able to show up as the best version of yourself. You ever notice, like, when you clean up clutter in your house, you're more focused? It's one of those things. It's a ritual that gets you into that. I find I'm very focused with my to-do schedule when I do the dishes. And so I've created these different moments and rituals and things like this to get me to show up as the best version of myself. My wife does this too, when she wakes up. Have breakfast, go have a shower, things like this. And so, like, all human beings, we do this. And if you've ever noticed, and you're going to start noticing it now, that when you show up as the worst version of yourself, I would bet you that there's a chain of events that gets you there as well. Because I know it was for me. I struggled for years with alcohol. I struggled for a long time with just not being the version of myself that I was born to be. And I'm not perfect by any means. I'm not claiming to be. Some of y'all might hear this as like, oh, he's claiming he's got all the answers. I don't. I don't at all. I don't even have some of them. But I can tell you what's worked for me. And I know a lot of people come to me and look at, how can I create content that attracts people to my webinars or trainings or builds an audience on social media? How do you build a social media following? People say all the time. By doing this, by doing exactly what I'm doing right now. You cultivate inside of yourself an atmosphere and an internal energy that helps you show up as the best version of yourself at all times. And then you press record on this little device and you capture it. You can use AI to transcribe it. You can use the AI to answer questions and help you brainstorm new ideas for new ways to express yourself. Turn it into marketing materials. Turn it into language and ways to do that. And then what you could do is you could take all of this, and once you start doing this in your normal everyday life, or you're just making content, or you're just sharing thoughts with people on social media, you get an idea for a course. You can create an online course and you start teaching people based on things that you already have experience in. You could sell that for $1,000 to 1,000 people. And now you've made $1 million. And that's exactly what I show people how to do. And that's exactly what I'm going to be showing you how to do on Saturday as well. So if you want to know how to create an online course from scratch, quickly, easily, without struggling, without wondering, can I make this work? This Saturday, tomorrow morning, we're going to meet up and I'm going to walk you through that. All right? I'll see you there. Talk soon.